Alright, and we are back. So again, I probably do, so when you see this video, I still haven't looked at your suggestions from the video before this, and I'm not apologizing for it, alright, because I make these videos in my spare time, and it just so happens I have a little bit more spare time. So yeah, now, for this one, we're keeping up with the theme. We are doing the Rise of the Red Skull box. We're not doing the campaign, but we're basically doing the villains from the first box that they ever released. Right? So, Crossbones was the first one. Because I wasn't sure what villain I wanted to play against first. But I was like, you know, we'll just go through the Rise of Red Skull. Because I don't want to play against Rhino. Maybe my expert stuff is in Rhino. I will check that out in a minute. So again, as you can see, I still haven't found my expert stuff yet. And I feel like I don't want to go to expert while not having the expert stuff on it, because that's kind of like a, Well, but you know, you can if you want. Listen, you can play the game how you want, alright? Don't let me stop you. Just make sure to follow the majority of the rules like I do. So, let's introduce our villain. So, he's the second villain of the Rise of the Red Skull box, Absorbing Man. Getting the trait of every environment in play. We don't have to worry about that until he starts getting environments, and then it's going to be a pain. And our next champion is Tony Stark, the man with the plan. And a hero who I think is still really strong. Like, he's only gotten better with the more cards that keep coming in. Because, basically, Tony Stark, well, you get +1 hand size for each tech upgrade you control to a maximum hand size of 7. So in your hero form, it's possible to have a hand size of 7. Can it be done? Yeah. It's a shame they actually put that limit on there, because you'd be having it all types of crazy hands. But this table is going to fill up with a whole bunch of Tony Stark stuff. So I'm trying to like spread everything about so we can sort of keep more room up. Because I actually feel, because this deck I feel real comfortable with. Again, this is one of those decks that I made a long time ago. I actually tested this one, and I was like, I like what we're doing with it. So, let's start up with our setup stuff, which is drawing. And mulligan. I always get confused as to whether this goes first or the mulligan stuff goes first. So, we're just going to do the mulligan stuff first. Get that out the way, and then we'll flip that over. So, oh, okay, I'm actually going to get rid of these 3 cards. So this is a protection Iron Man deck, but we're not really going to be protecting anything here. And then, so we've got our 6 cards, and then we're going to do our None Shall Pass. So, discard cards from the encounter deck until an environment is discarded. Nope. Nope. Hopefully we don't have to discard through the entire deck like before. Nope. 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 There we go. Snow Hillside. So this is the first environment. So, Absorbing Man gains the trait of each environment. So he's going to gain the Ice trait. And after Absorbing Man makes an undefended attack against you, place 1 threat on the main scheme. 2 threat instead if there are 5 or more delay cards on the main scheme. Okay, I'll have to see what that is. Oops. I accidentally hit my mic. Yep, I was standing too tall. So, after we get our first environment card out, then we put the card into play and shuffle the encounter deck with the discard pile. And then, so we only have 1 scheme. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 delay counter here. When an environment enters play, discard each other environment card in play. If this stage is completed, players lose the game. So we want to beat Absorbing Man as soon as possible. And Iron Man is a hero that you sort of build up. So we want to build up really fast while having a whole bunch of things. So I think we can now get started to it. We got our setup stuff. We got our hands. The only reason I did this second and this first and this second, I think I probably should have did this first, but I didn't feel those two conflicted with one another, so I didn't really worry about doing it. Maybe if you want to like be my legal lawyer or something, you can come bother me about that. But for now, stay out the face. So, let's get started with our first turn. we're going to activate our ability Futurist. We look at the top 3 cards of our deck, add 1 to our hand, and discard to others. So, ooh, neat. So we're going to add Plasma Pistol to our hand, and we're going to discard these 2 cards. So here's the thing. These cards count as being discarded off the top of our deck, so we actually get Digging Deep. Because we just look at them. We don't add them to our hands or nothing. We look at the top 3 cards of our deck, and then we discard them. And after this card is discarded from the top of your deck, we can add it to our hand. So I'm pretty sure I'm playing this right. I've been playing this for a while like this way. Let me know if I'm wrong in the comments down below. And next, we're going to play a double resource to play Ingenuity. Play only if your trait has Genius, which we do. Max 1 per player. Exhaust it. Generate a Genius resource. And then, we're going to exhaust Ingenuity and play a double to play Pepper Potts. And then we can exhaust Pepper Potts to generate the resources of the top card in our discard pile. So we're going to exhaust Pepper Potts to generate a double resource for her. And we're going to we're going to generate a double resource to activate Energy Barrier. When we would take any amount of damage, remove 1 reflection counter from here. And this is an interrupt, so we can choose to activate this. Prevent 1 of that damage and deal 1 damage to the enemy. So this is a tech item, tech upgrade that we control. And then we're going to pay these 2 resources, Mockingbird and Digging Deep, to play Plasma Pistol, which again is another tech card. And it comes in with 3 counters. We can exhaust Plasma Pistol and remove 1 counter from it and deal 1 damage to an enemy. I know, Tony Stark with guns and an energy barrier. Sounds like a Nepo baby if I've ever heard one. It's a joke, I'm kidding. So, we're going to flip over to Iron Man. So we gain +1 hand size for each tech upgrade you control. No, we're not going to flip over yet. The reason we're not going to flip over yet is because I want 1 more turn. I want to get to at least 3 or 4 more tech items. And then because then when I get to 5 card plays, then we can start doing things. If I flip over now, I'm only going to have 3 card plays. And I don't want that. And these are actually really 2 strong pickups for us. So, yeah, we're just going to we're going to ready up. Well, we're not going to do anything. We're just going to end our turn by readying up all our items and drawing 6 cards. And this should be everything we need. Alright, and we're good. We're good. Alright, so, on to the next phase. Absorbing. So first, we put 1 threat on Nuncho Pass, bringing this up to 3. And then Absorbing Man is going to scheme for 1, 2. So this brings this up to 5. So he's almost halfway there. Could we lose in a turn? This happened before. So we get 1 bad card, which is Avalanche. When revealed, each player must choose to either spend a lightning resource or take 2 indirect damage. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I forgot to put 1 delay counter on here. We're going to use the health. Since I've got a lot of health tokens, so we're going to use the health tokens as delay counters for that. And we are actually going to take 2 indirect damage. Doesn't really bother me. And this comes in with 2 threat per player. So, okay. And now, what's next on our list? We're going to, let's see. I'm going to use Pepper Potts, and I'm going to exhaust her to generate this wild resource. So I'm going to move this over here. Right over here, so you can see the top of my discard, because it matters for her ability. So we're going to generate a wild resource, and we're going to throw out the Mark 5 helmet. Then we're going to use our Futurist ability to look at the top 3 cards of our deck. And we get to add 1 to our hand and discard to others. Doesn't really matter. So I'm actually going to add Supersonic Punch to our hand. And then we're going to activate Ingenuity and play 2 other cards to throw out our Mark 5 armor, which is going to give us plus 6 HP. So now we are at 13 HP. And I think I'm where I want to be right now. And then we're going to pay 2 to throw out Victor Mancha, who has 4 HP, and he's our ally. And we're actually going to use him to defend us from Absorbing Man while we sort of swing at him. So, we are now at 4 tech items, which means now we can go into hero form. Because now we can get 5 cards in our hand per turn. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to exhaust our helmet to remove 1 threat from a scheme. So we're going to remove 1 threat from here, bringing this down to 4. We will thwart for 2 with Iron Man, getting rid of this. And then we're going to use our pistol and we're going to shoot Absorbing Man in the face for 1 damage. Victor doesn't do any damage, but he has 4 HP and he reduces we reduce the amount of damage he takes from each attack by 1. So he's sort of our tank while we just sort of build up just a little bit more. Because now we're going to ready up everything and we're going to draw 5 cards and this, yeah, there we go. Okay, this is, you don't want to draw these. You don't want to draw these right now. So, excuse me. It tastes like oxtails. So, now we put threat on the main scheme. So this goes up to 5. And then we put a delay counter over here. And then Absorbing Man is going to attack us, and Victor is going to take this hit. So this is not an undefended attack, so we won't have to place any 1 threat on the scheme. So Victor's going to block this hit. We get 1 boost card. So we get Dark Designs. So Absorbing Man, who would do 2 damage, only does 1 because of Victor's ability. And because of Dark Designs, we put 1 counter on Pursuit by the Pass. And next we get our bad card, which is Hydra Patrol. When defeated, each player searches the encounter deck and discard pile for a Hydra minion and puts it into play and engage with him. Oh. And this icon means we have to get rid of this before we can get rid of that. Alright. Alright. What do we do here? We're going to exhaust these 2 cards to throw out the Arc Reactor. Arc Reactor lets us ready up again, so we're going to have we're going to be able to do 2 things per turn. And then we're going to pay 3 cards in order to throw out Force Field Generator. When we would take any amount of damage, remove that many energy counters from here. For each energy counter removed this way, prevent 1 of that damage. Because the goal is sort of to stay in hero form forever and just try not to take any damage. Ever. However, this has Force Interrupt, so we will be using this next turn. So we're going to use Iron Man's ability. Well, we're going to thwart for 2 with Iron Man, I'm sorry. And Hydra Patrol is going to throw in the Hydra minion for us. And that's sort of, it is what it is. So I'm going to throw out the Hydra regular. In sight, we put 1 threat on the main scheme when this card is revealed. Revealed. Put in play. So, alright, so here's the thing. In sight, when this card is revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme. Is put in play the same as when revealed? For the purpose of this game, I'm just going to say yes. And we're just going to let that 1 threat get put on there. We're going to activate our helmet to remove 1 threat. We're going to exhaust Arc Reactor to ready up. We're going to attack the Hydra Regular and use the Plasma Pistol to shoot the Hydra Regular in the face. Tony Stark with guns. I know, right? And then we're going to ready up. And now, because we have 6 tech items on the field, we draw 7 cards. And we are living large now. 3, 6, 7. Where are my leg boosters at? I have not seen them yet. Oh, alright. So, 1 counter over here, bringing that up to 6. 1 delay counter. And then Absorbing Man is going to attack us. So Victor is going to block this hit again. So he's going to attack us for 2, 3. And if Absorbing Man has stone or wood, you are stoned. He does not. Stone or wood, you are stunned. He doesn't have it. It's amazing how I said stunned because I was trying to combine stone and wood. So he takes 2 damage. Victor's still in the fight. He can take 1 more hit for us before he goes bye-bye. Let me tag that out. And then we get our bad card, which is Icy Grip. When revealed, you are stunned. If Absorbing Man has an ice trait, take 2 damage. So we take 2 indirect. So we're stunned. Stun basically when we play an attack card or attack, we discard this card instead. And we take 2 indirect damage because he does have the ice trait. Imagine that linking up together. Alright, though, that's fine. That's indirect damage. Oh, wait, hold up. I don't take 2 indirect damage. Because I have Force Field Generator. It's a force interrupt. When you would take any amount of damage, remove that many counters from here. So instead of taking damage, we just move that over there. Okay, that's fine. Let's see where we get to next. I sort of don't want to discard any cards. So we're going to pay 2 to throw out Stark Tower. Also, eager action, exhaust Stark Tower. Choose a player. That player returns the topmost tech upgrade in their discard pile to their hand. So it's a good way for helping us get tech upgrades back to our hands. Then we are going to use Pepper Pots and Ingenuity to play our Repulsor Gauntlets, Powered Gauntlets, Exhaust, Powered Gauntlets, deal 1 damage to an enemy. And then we're going to play, I just sort of want to play Repulsor Blast. I sort of don't. No, we can play Repulsor Blast next run. So we're going to pay another 2 to get another 2 Powered Gauntlets out. So we're going to attack, and that's going to clear our stun. We're going to use Arc Reactor to ready up Iron Man. We're going to thwart for 2 off of here, bringing this down to 3. We're going to use this to thwart as well our helmet, bringing that down to 2, bringing this down to 3. And then we're going to exhaust 1 gauntlet and 2 gauntlets pretty much to deal 2 damage to Absorbing Man. And so here's the thing, right? I sort of want to start clearing up some of these tech upgrades. So I'm going to exhaust this, and we're going to deal another damage to Absorbing Man. Because now I'm at the point where like I can start trading out my tech upgrades. Because I have the ones that need to stay on the field. Now I need the ones that are temporary to be temporary until I need them. Until I draw them again next turn. Alright, and then we're going to ready up. And hopefully we get my leg upgrades, which we do. Yes. Alright. Oh. Okay. So, how many cards are you drawing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up to a maximum hand size of 7, right? 3, 6, 7. So we can only draw up to 7 cards. So 5, 6, 7. So we draw 7 cards. This is the rest of our deck. And now, what happens next is we get 1 bad card because we decked out. But that's fine though, because we've got so many resources to deal with so many things. So I'm not too worried about that. So, we put 1 on our main scheme. Come on, give me a token. And then, Absorbing Man is going... Oh, delay counter. Can't forget that. Absorbing Man is going to attack us, and Victor will block this hit. So, he's going to take it to the face for 2. Boost card is Dense Forest, and we put this card into play. So... let's do this first. So, Dense Forest comes into play. So, how does this work again? When an environment enters play, discard each other environment. So, we discard ice, and wood comes out. And so, Victor's going to die. Well, he's going to get knocked out. Maybe he'll come back in the next season of Friends. And Absorbing Man gets the wood trait. So, we get our next encounter card. So, we have 2 encounter cards. First one is Hydra Regular. Don't really care. it's because he has Insight, so he puts 1 on the main scheme. So this goes from 4 to 5. And then our next one is Stall Tactics. When revealed, place 1 threat on the main scheme for every 2 delay counters on the main scheme. If no threat was placed this way, this card gains Surge. So we actually put 2 more threat. Now this is getting worrisome because this is at 7 threat right now. So if we get to 12, we lose the game. Alright, so we haven't took no damage. Everything's been fine so far. So, alright, let's get to the next one here. We're going to exhaust Ingenuity, throw out our Leg Boots, gives us +1 HP. And we can discard a Genius Resource to gain the aerial traits into the end of turn. What do I do next? I guess I'll play Exhaust Pepper Potts to play my other leg gear, which is totally fine. Look at these mexy legs over here. I sort of want to gain their Genius Resource. So what if, actually, instead of spending 1 for that, I'm going to spend Plasma Pistol for that. And next, what we're going to do is we have cool things that we can do. So let's start off with a Repulsor Blast. So we're going to pay 1 to deal 1 damage to an enemy. So we're going to make Absorbing Man our target. And then we discard the top 5 cards of our deck. For each lightning resource discarded this way, we deal 2 additional damage. So, just so you know I don't cheat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, this is a lightning resource. So that's 2, 4, Genius. So this is going to deal 5 damage to Absorbing Man, bringing him down to 5 HP. Then, what's going to happen is that we are going to spend our Genius Resource. We're going to exhaust this to generate a resource. And we're going to exhaust this and spend that Genius Resource to give me the Aerial trait. So as long as I have Aerial trait, a lot of cool things happen. So I'm going to exhaust Powered Gauntlets. This deals 2 damage instead of 1, killing the Hydra Regular. I'm going to exhaust my other Gauntlet to deal another 2 damage, bringing him down to 3 HP. Then we're going to exhaust to remove 2 threat off of there. And then we're going to exhaust the Helmet to remove another threat off of there. I'm sorry, there should be a delay counter there. And then we are going to play Repurpose. Repurpose is, I love this card. So we discard a tech upgrade we control. We ready up our hero. And we choose Thwart, Attack, or Defense. And until the end of the round, your hero gets +X to the chosen upgrade power, where X is equal to that upgrade's printed cost. So we're going to choose Attack. And we're going to give Iron Man 3 attack, making him a 4 attack monster, and he gets a free ready up. So he's going to attack Absorbing Man, bringing him down to 0 actually. And we go into his second form. And then when revealed, what's up? You hungry or something? I'm almost done. Wait until I finish up, brother. So when revealed, if Super Absorbing Power is in play, deal 1 encounter card. Nope, Super Absorbing Power is not in play. Deal 1 encounter card to each player. Otherwise, search the encounter deck and discard power for Super Absorbing Power and reveal it. Shuffle the encounter deck if it was searched this way. So, yep. So we're going to put in. So first he comes in with 15 HP. And then we have to look for Super Absorbing Power. Which card is that? Super Absorbing Power. Absorbing Man gains the Ice, Metal, Stone, and Wood trait. Okay, not what you want to see, but it is what it is. And this comes in with 3 threat on it. So, and now I sort of wish I actually saved that Mark Helmet, because I removed 1 threat off of each scheme. So, we're going to exhaust our Arc Reactor to ready up Iron Man. And we could attack for another 4. But I think I'm actually going to I'm actually going to thwart for 2 off of here, bringing this down to 1. Because now that we have our legs, our boosters, our rocket boots pretty much, and we have ingenuity, we can be in the aerial trait all the time. So we can sort of get rid of things next turn. I do have a double, so we're going to end our turn, and he's not going to kill us. There's no way this guy does 15 damage to us in 1 turn, I think. I mean, I had Mystique deal like 15 damage to me, but that was crazy. That was a crazy game. That's the kind of game you want to record and be like, what is going on here? So, we're going to draw 7 cards because we have 2, 4, 6, 8. So, we're going to draw 7 cards, max 7. Bam. And, alright, so if he doesn't kill us this turn, we win? Yep, sounds like we win. Bam. So, we put a threat over here, and then we put a delay counter over here. And after absorb, oh, I forget. No, that was last turn. Okay, so Absorbing Man is going to attack us for 2. I know I have Force Barrier, but this doesn't count as a defense. So we're gonna take this attack to the face because it doesn't matter. So we're gonna take 2, 3, and we are stunned. So we get Piercing Thorns. This is his boost card. So we are stunned and we take 3 damage. I'm actually going to use our energy barrier to remove 3 tokens, and we're going to deal 3. We're going to prevent 3 damage dealt to us and deal 3 damage to him. And then we get 1 bad card, which is Hydra Soldier. And when defeated, deal the encounter. Okay. Alright. I ain't worried about nothing. So we're going to attack to clear our stun. We're going to spend a genius resource to give us the aerial trait. And then we're going to exhaust 1 power gauntlet to deal 2 damage to Hydra Soldier. And then deal another 2 damage to the Hydra Soldier, killing him. And dealing us 1 face down event card. Now, encounter card. Now we are aerial, so we're going to pay 2 resources. Well, first we're going to use the Mark V helmet, and we're going to remove 1 threat off of every scheme. Getting rid of that. And next we're going to play this to do Supersonic Punch. And instead, since we have the aerial trait, we get to deal 8 damage instead of the 4. So, he goes from 12 HP to 4 HP. And then I hope we win this turn. We're going to spend 1 to play a Repulsor Blast. And we're going to deal 1 damage to him. And we're going to discard the top 5 cards of our deck. So hopefully you know how this goes. Lightning symbol, baby. So wilds, we can make it count as a lightning symbol. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Get the fudge out of here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Yeah? Y'all see that, right? Even if I didn't want to count this as wilds, like, even if I couldn't make this ruling that wilds count as lightning, because wilds count as anything, I still have 2, 4, 6 damage. And all we need is 4, and he's over. So, yep, he's dead. It was a good try, Absorbing Man, but your time is out. And that's the end of this one. So this deck went way better. Again, this is one of those decks I was playing around with. And, you know, I'm pretty sure that you can use Digging Deep with his Futurist ability to sort of gain cards. Here's the thing. Tony Stark does an amazing job now at getting so many cards out and doing so many things. And there's so many good cards out that protect him. Like, even with Force Field Generator, that's still 6 damage that we can just sit there and take to the face for no reason. You know what I mean? It's like amazing. It's coming in at like 20 HP all the time. And being like, you can't stop me, no. It's great. So yeah. This is Iron Man versus Absorbing Man. This match went way better. Way, way better. Again, Tony Stark has aged like fine wine. We have a lot of ways to stop different things. I have Get Behind Me to stop treachery cards that are really annoying that I know are in the deck. but I actually forgot a lot of cards that are in the deck. Mockingbird is there for a good stun. And here's the thing, like with this Iron Man deck, it doesn't focus on Avengers. So it's okay for her to be in the deck. You know what I mean? Like, she's not going to set me back like, oh, I need only Avengers. Mockingbird's really good. She can stun an enemy, minion, or villain. Then we have force field generators and energy barriers. We have 3 of each of them and a plasma pistol just to have cards out that do stuff. Like, again, this stops us from defending. So we don't need to defend, and we can save our exhaust for other things. This lets us do 1 damage, so if an enemy has tough, we just pierce that right on off. Repulsor Blast and Supersonic Punch are really our damage dealing cards. These are just cards to sort of like tag them. You know what I mean? 1 damage here, 1 damage there. The Mark V helmet is an amazing card. Repurpose is amazing because, again, you just pick anything you need. So, for example, I could have gone, like when I use Repurpose to get rid of Energy Barrier or Force Field Generator, I could have put that 3 into my Thwart instead, and I could have just Thwart and cleared the entire thing. Repurpose is such an amazing card in this with Iron Man because it gives you options to do what you need to do. You need to reduce threat, you can do it, and it's a free ready. So there's a lot of good things that go on here. It's probably one of my favorite decks. Again, Tony Stark is one of those heroes where, like, you don't think he's like you wouldn't assume that he's this good, but again, you know, being able to just get a card, like you look at the top 3 cards of your deck and you add 1 to your hand and you discard the others. You can get a double, syncs up with Digging Deep, and you just search your deck until you have everything you need. You know, so it's a really good deck. I like it. And, yeah, I think this game went way better than my Storm game, alright? Like, I knew I was going to squash Absorbing Man. I just wasn't sure how hard I was going to squash him. Now, in Expert mode, would have been different. And, I got to find my Expert stuff. I don't know where it went to. I just don't feel right starting off at Stage 2 without Expert. It feels wrong to me, alright? But I'm going to find it. I promise you that. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this video. This one was a short one. This is another reason why I like Marvel. Well, this is the reason why I like Marvel Champions solo. Is because games aren't really that long. No, I'm lying to you, actually. Alright, Magneto can take a long time to fight, alright? Like, Magneto is such a strong villain. And he has such a good... Like, I love playing against Magneto. He's such a strong... We're going to play against him one day. Not the next video, though. Because the next one on our list is... Who do we fight next? Taskmaster. That's who we're going to fight next. I don't know what hero we're going to use for it, but we'll figure it out when we get to it. But yeah, that's going to be the end of this one, yo. Hope you're all entertained. Remember, I need the token money, so make sure to like and subscribe so I can get some of that sweet YouTube money. And I will catch you all on the next one, yo. Later.